Please welcome the man that every actor wants to be, the amazing Samuel L. Jackson. What's happening, Sam? Welcome to The View.
Everything is wonderful. I'm making sure everybody gets this message, okay? All right?
Loving it. Now, you grew up in Chattanooga, Tennessee, during Jim Crow era, so you know something about voter suppression. What are the parallels that you're seeing between what was and what is happening today?
Well, the what was is just, people's physical presence in intimidating people when they wanted to go and vote. And now the media presence and how prevalent the misinformation is about voting, the spread of distrust of the systems that we have trusted for so long, like the postal system, the threat of people patrolling the polls when people go to vote, and craziness. Like, I don't know who's bold enough to go into Baldwin Hills and set a voter box on fire. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Really?
Well, there's a lot of crazy behavior.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff going on all over the place, but with the election only a few days away, there has been a record high early voter turnout, which I think is a good thing. Are you feeling optimistic, Sam?
Yeah. I feel optimistic, and I want to be optimistic, but I was optimistic last time. So yeah. I know how, things change and what disappointment feels like. And I know the desperation of the candidate this time also, and how crazy and how much the divide has grown in a way. I was reading this thing this morning about, last time there was like a 7% divide among households or people who were friends, and now there's a 40%, divide among people who, people are unfriending people are not speaking to people are getting divorced, people are moving out of their houses because they disagree politically. And that hadn't been the case before. So it's one of those things where it's up in the air. And we heard last time what the polls were, and the poll said this, the poll said that. And the more I sat at home and watched and started to remember the Electoral College, the more disappointed I got. And the more upset I got. And I'm trying not to get as physically involved personally in that particular aspect of it this time. So I'm going to try and distract myself, on Tuesday.
Well, President Trump is fond of saying that he's done more for the Black community than any president since Abraham Lincoln. And his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, said this week about the Black community that Trump, quote, can't want them to be successful more than they want to be successful. What do you make of these types of comments coming out of this administration, Sam?
Well, first of all, I can't take a lot that Jared Kushner said seriously. I mean, he is Jared Kushner, right? So why should we, listen to what he has to say, especially, how many Black people you really think he knows or talks to on a regular basis so he can understand that? So that's not something that I, take in. The administration is the administration. We know who they are. We know how they feel about the Black community, and they said a lot of things about what they've done and what they haven't done, and we can see evidence of that by the number of Black people that are in the administration and what they do, particularly for the Black community. So, I mean, that's not something you should take seriously, really.
So, Sam, you have to come back and talk to us some more. Maybe come after the election, and then we'll have another discussion about
that would be
what
so
we're
awesome.
seeing. But do come back, because we love having you here.
Thank
we'll
you.
Be right
and
back,
remember,
y'all.
everybody, stand out. Don't be mailing this stuff in. It's too late for that. Put your ass in line.
Go vote.